Piccoli arancini. These Sicilian rice balls are getting a miniature upgrade. Perfect for snacks or an aperitivo. Let me show you how to make them. Set up your breading station with some flour, egg, and breadcrumbs. I'm going to start with one egg, but I may end up adding another as we go.
Add enough breadcrumbs that you have about a centimeter sitting in the bottom of your dish. You can always add more later.
I'm also going to sprinkle my plate that the arancini are going on with a light layer of breadcrumbs. This way, they don't stick to the plate and they come off nice and easy when I go to fry them.
Whip up your egg until the yolk and the whites are completely combined.
Season your flour with a few pinches of salt. You could also add some pepper if you like. I think it's really important to season every layer so that everything tastes delicious. I'm going to add some parmigiano reggiano to my breadcrumbs. This not only helps with browning, but adds amazing flavor. You could also add in some garlic and parsley to your breadcrumbs. This recipe is very much quanto basta, however much is enough. So I'll give you basic measurements, but you'll need to adjust as per how much risotto you have left. I have some leftover parsley from making my risotto, so I'm going to add it in. On second thought, I'm going to use another egg. I decided by looking at how much risotto I have, I'm gonna need it. This recipe is great because it uses leftover risotto, which means no waste. This is great if you've gone out for dinner and you've brought home some leftovers, or if you've made a big pot of risotto and you just haven't managed to eat it all. But if you haven't got risotto, I've linked my recipe for the perfect step-by-step risotto in the description below. I like to use a cookie scoop to scoop my risotto, but you can just use a spoon, that's fine too. And then I just put it straight into my hand and give it a nice little squeeze until it's a nice firm ball. You want to make sure your risotto is very cold, otherwise it won't hold together. And then into our dredging mix. Make sure your arancini is fully covered. And then I like to use one hand for wet and one hand for dry. Just keeps things a little bit cleaner. Set your arancini on a plate and keep dredging. A good tip while making these is to have a little bowl of water next to you, just to keep your hand a little moist and not sticky from the rice. You could also coat your hand in a little bit of oil.
13, my lucky number.
I'm using olive oil to fry my arancini. Not the super good quality extra virgin stuff, but just a normal regular olive oil. You can use whatever oil you like for frying. What's most important is that your oil is at 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. And keep in mind, when you put your arancini into the oil, the temperature will drop, so only fry a few at a time. Now that our oil's at temperature, let's get frying. I've lined a baking tray with some kitchen towel just to absorb any excess oil on the arancini. If you haven't got a kitchen thermometer, this is how my nonna used to test if her oil was ready. A wooden spoon into the oil, and if it bubbles straight away, your oil's hot enough. Gently place your arancini into the oil a few at a time.
They'll only take a few minutes each. Once they're beautifully golden, pull them out and place them on your baking tray, and continue to fry the rest.
I like to just gently spread them apart in the oil so they don't stick together.
You may need to continue adjusting the heat on your stove so that your oil remains the correct temperature.
I like to serve mine stacked high on a plate. You can eat these just as they are or dipped in a really nice chunky tomato sauce. Have you ever tried arancini? Do you prefer yours normal sized and stuffed or mini? What flavor of arancini is your favorite? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're here, YouTube thinks you're going to love this video. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button down below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.